Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to another Fortnite Battle Royale video. Now, Season 7 is almost coming to a close. All 10 of the weeks are done. We're going into some overtime challenges, which will be coming out in an update tomorrow morning. But basically, Season 8 is right on the horizon. And in this video, I wanted to give you guys 4 tips and tricks or 4 things that I think everyone should be really focused on going into Season 8 of Fortnite. Because the game has really changed, not just in the way that the game and the map and everything like that is in the settings. The way people play this game is so different in Season 7 going into Season 8 than it was back in Season 2 or 3 or even 4 or 5. So we're going to talk about all that and 4 things that I think everyone should be focusing on going into Season 8 that will make you a much better player in that season. If you guys could drop a like on this video, let's go for 1,500 likes. That would be absolutely incredible. I would very much appreciate that. It only takes a split second for you guys to drop a like, and I do appreciate the support very much. Of course, I will be covering this new update, which was unfortunately delayed, but it is coming out tomorrow morning. And once this update is out, be sure to, and big thanks to everyone using the code TheGoblinYT in the Fortnite item shop. If you guys do use this once the update is out, you will be granted a free wrap for just using supported creators. So that's really awesome. Thank you to everyone supporting me and just using my code in the item shop. All right, let's get right into this. I've written down 4 things that I want to focus on in this video, and these are tips and tricks, but they're more things that I think people should really hone in on or focus on that will elevate their gameplay and take them from either being, you know, an average player to a good player to a great player, or a great player to a fantastic top tier player. So let's get right into it. The first one is not taking damage and controlling your RNG. Now, what RNG is random number generator. It basically means the randomness that is involved in a battle royale game or a game like Fortnite. When you are looting chests, floor spawns, just so much randomness is involved in this game, and pretty much you can only control what you can control, right? But by not taking damage, you're not going to need as many shields or as many heals and different stuff like that. So if you don't find as many, it's not going to be as bad of a situation. So how do you not take damage? For example, in this gameplay right here, this was, I think it's like a 9 or 10 kill. I think it's like a 9 kill win, something like that. But basically, I only take 1 bullet of damage the whole game. I only get hit 1 time, and it was for 100 damage. I'm not sure exactly which weapon it was that hit me. You guys will see it later in this game. But other than that, I don't take any damage. And you'll see at the end scoreboard when I show it, I deal 1,400 and I take, or something like that, 1,372, and I take 100 damage on the dot. So because of that, I basically didn't really, and you can see here in this early game, I haven't found much shield. My luck was pretty bad with loot this game. I mean, I have 3 kills, there's 41 left, and I still haven't found any shields. I've just picked up some mushrooms, but I was able to control and to still get this win because of the fact that, hey, if you're not taking damage, you don't really need shields and you're able to win. But of course, that's something that is, you know, it's something that you can control. However, you're still going to take damage even if you try not to. But what are some ways to help with this? Some ways are height advantage. Getting the height advantage and keeping it, not dropping down until you know you have the opportunity over your enemies. Other things are just being a better builder, I think, is one thing that will really improve and allow you to take less damage. And also being deadly. When you go for that, basically how fights work, right? It's build. And then when you go for that shot, making sure you are capitalizing and you have enough of a window to not only get that shot, but to be able to finish off the enemy with that fight. So I really think that is a main thing. Taking less damage in Season 8 will just get you more wins straight up, and it's easier said than done, but there are ways that, the main way is using building and good accuracy and finding those windows where you have an opportunity to shoot at the enemy in a build fight, but they don't have an opportunity to shoot at you. My next tip here is in regards to building in a Fortnite season, and look at this. Yeah, what was happening in this game right here? We flipped sides, the plane was flipping, and I hit this guy in the plane and got him like super duper weak, and then obviously I'm able to chase him down. But that was a crazy engagement. Drop a like for that. But yeah, building. Go at Season 7 going into Season 8, there pretty much is no excuse to be bad at building other than you just didn't put the time in, or you just didn't really want to get good at building. Because let's be honest, if you want to get good at building this season, back in the day, if you wanted to get good at building, it was difficult. There was no playground mode, there was nothing. Even the settings were worse. Nowadays, there's settings, sensitivities, edit sensitivity, or not edit sensitivities, but you know, hold to edit sensitivity, different stuff like that in this game right now, and custom building sensitivity compared to your combat or normal sensitivity. So there's not too many excuses to be a bad builder in this game, and I'm going to tell you why. Creative mode. you can go into creative mode, unlimited materials. I think it's like a 4-hour game time. You can just reset it, and you can practice building literally all day long. So I guess the only excuse for not being a good builder would be like, hey, maybe you do practice and it just, doesn't work out for you, or maybe you're too busy to practice, or different things like that. But if you really want to get good at this game, you can. There's tons of tips and tricks videos out there on YouTube that are helpful, myself included. And also, you have to practice though. I've done videos where I talk about building tricks. Go into a creative server and practice building. And of course, the cool thing is if you're in a creative server by yourself, you can start at your own level. If you've never done a 1x1 base, or you've never done a 90-degree turn, practice building that very, very slowly. If you can already do all that, practice some more crazy stuff like a triple reinforce, a jump, jump and catch yourself with the floors to when people try to box you off, pyramiding other players. There's so many different things you can practice. And the cool thing is with creative mode nowadays, it really does eliminate the excuses, because even if you say, I don't know, I go into creative mode, but I don't know what to do, you can obviously look up a guide or look up different things to practice. So I really think that in Season 8, building, even right now, everyone is so good at building that there's no excuse to not really be that, not at least at a decent level. You don't have to be the ultimate Tfue level, but at least be able to do 90-degree turns and to be able to get high ground and, double secure, triple secure your ramps. My next tip here is because of this, and while this is a good thing that creative mode and everyone can practice building, it also means that being a good builder isn't enough to win nowadays. And that's why I think my next tip, something that in Season 8 is, and it already is happening, but it's going to be even more and more prevalent, is the fact that when everyone is at a decent level of building, some people are better than others and stuff like that, as always, but positioning and editing are going to be what takes it to the next level. Now, as far as editing, that's something that I need to improve on myself. I think I'm a decent editor, but I could definitely do better at that. And positioning is something that I think I'm pretty good at, and you'll see in this game as well, I'm able to use positioning to get up on the mountain when I have to, and that's what's going to separate. If someone's a really good builder, but I'm up on top of a mountain by Pleasant Park, they are going to have to really, really use a lot of mats and build skills to be able to do that. So that you can see is where I got hit for the 100 damage right there. Luckily, I was able to heal it up, and that is the only damage I take for the game. So building, practicing creative, and then editing and positioning. Editing is another thing that you can work on. I definitely need to go into creative and work on my editing more. I do it a decent amount right now, but that's something that even, if you're a good editor and builder, catching up and doing creative mode and keeping your skills up to date is important. But positioning and editing will allow you to create those windows and gaps, like I talked about in my first tip, to get that damage into your enemy where they aren't ready or aren't able to shoot back at you, and you can finish off those kills without taking damage. So these things all tie into each other and all tie into making you a better player at this game and getting yourself more wins and different stuff like that in Season 8. So positioning and editing. With positioning, that comes more naturally just watching good players, watch what they do. I make the example of that one time that Tfue and his team was in a scrim, and they were on top of Polar Peak and everyone else was down below, and they just were unloading with the AK, because that was smart positioning. They took that position, the storm played into their favor, and there was some luck involved with it too, but they played the odds and it worked out. So positioning with that is important. Like you'll see me do right here. I realize that this mountain is where it's probably going to end, or at least where the big fights are going to go down. I need to get up here, and I go up here on this side, and I'm willing to take on, I know there's an enemy up here, I'm willing to take on the fight with the one enemy, because I realize if I do that, I'm in a very, very good position to win this game. So positioning and editing. And then the fourth and final tip I would say for Season 6, that's something that I see that not as many people take advantage of, or they aren't as smart or educated with their decisions. It's more of just like, hey, I want to use the sniper right now, or hey, I want to use this. The 5th slot is so important, maximizing your 5th slot. Right now I have the RPG, which is going to be nerfed in the update tonight anyway, but of course this footage is before the update because it's not out yet. But the RPG is something that, if I'm in a 1v1 right here, I want minis is all I need to heal myself up, because I'm not planning on taking too much damage. Those will give me quick minis. I won't have time to pop a medkit or chug jug in a 1v1 anyway. So you want as much firepower as you can have. That would include RPGs, explosives, maybe a sniper if I was good at that, different things like that, right? Or if I enjoyed using a sniper. But I would pretty much always take the RPG for late game over the sniper, in my opinion, depending on what the zone is. But the RPG, you can see right here, taking this is the smart choice, and it allows me to put so much pressure on this guy, and then once I hit him for the 100 damage, I talk about positioning and how important positioning is, and you can see here, I obviously have the much better position over this guy, but once I hit him for some damage, and I realize, hey, let's drop down, let's keep the pressure on this guy, and by dropping down, I still have height advantage over him, and I can still maximize. So, maximizing your 5th slot is involved in, I like to do double double shields or heals for a lot of the early to mid game, but when it comes down to that late game when you're in the top 10 and different stuff like that, sure, sometimes you'll see me carrying a chug jug if I can't find anything else, but if I see a grenade launcher or a RPG and there's 4 people left, I'm going to upgrade that. That 5th slot is something that, you know, traditionally people stay with 3 weapons, shields, but it's that 5th slot where you need to maximize it to if you're the best sniper ever, use snipers all the time. If you love to go use shotgun fights, you don't need something in that 5th slot. You might want to double up in heals. If you like explosives, go with those. If you like a utility of a glider redeploy and you want to go for high kills, that could be something as well. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Drop a like, subscribe. Hope you guys did enjoy. I'll see you guys in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.